her at you know that $500 VIP packages you get.
Yeah.
When you ask for signatures, she usually does them. So there was a girl there who was so excited to see her, and she had like a women's title, and she was like, "Can you sign it?" She was like, "Yeah, here you go, have fun."
That's
like,
it.
Wow.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phenomenal Wrestling Podcast.
Whatever. Everyone knows about Sasha. It's not like I'm hiding any secrets.
A wild Nelson has appeared.
I have appeared.
Welcome back, sir.
I am
How's your brief vacation?
painful. Mouth hurts.
You're on hiatus.
Is it like the author of pain?
I see what you did there.
Adam Pacitti made another terrible wrestling joke.
I can say a joke too that would piss you off. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't do it.
So no more puns.
Challenge.
The veins already popping in his head. I can't do that.
Do
Thank
it.
you, sir.
He hates puns. That's the worst part about this.
It's not a pun. It's just a statement.
What's the statement?
I know what he's gonna say.
Donkey!
God damn it.
It's back.
Hey, how does Big Show like his steak? Well... Quote Adam Pacitti.
I see what you did there.
Thank Pacitti.
Really?
Yeah, Pacitti said that on Graded for Smackdown.
Oh my
He's starting to end them with wrestling jokes, and I'm like, Pacitti, no, but Pacitti, yes. The one I sent to the group text that I was like, I'm dying, and Eric was like,
I'm
oh, fuck.
Pacitti and I'm an asshole.
We're doing this again.
No, I'm not gonna I don't want to insult anyone. Actually, one of my goals now is to meet Ross. Because he's like...
Larson?
No, Ross.
Oh, wait, I know.
Ross.
Ross Larson I went to school with. Never mind. I met Ross from freaking Friends.
I feel like I'm the Ross version of this podcast. I don't know who's Adam Pacitti here. And who's the Jack the Jobber? Denzel the Jobber?
Denzel the Jobber.
Damn.
I think I'm more of a Sam driver. Because I do all the videos stuff.
I don't really know.
Sam Winchester.
No, get your supernatural bullshit out of here.
Castiel.
Get your supernatural bullshit out of here.
Dean. Rude, sir.
Never watched.
I didn't get into it.
I love it.
Never watched it.
Gave it 5 episodes.
You need to watch Arrow.
I know. Kaylee's brother always tells me about Arrow.
I hear really good things
Arrow
about
and
Arrow.
Flash. He's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
shit about them.
Yes. Yes. I literally watched the 6 seasons that are out of Arrow in like a week and a half.
When he didn't watch 205 Live last week.
I watched 205 Live, so.
I didn't watch 205 Live again because 205 Live is shit.
It was shit this week.
Well, you went from saying 205 Live is so good to 205 Live is shit.
It's not entertaining
It's
me.
classic wrestling is great. Everything else is just like, where is this going?
Yeah, what I was saying to you, like, 205 Live is great wrestling, but I don't care about the people.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of wrestling...
I feel like once a certain person goes to 205 Live, if they ever sign with the company, that's when 205 Live will skyrocket.
Take a guess. Sabre Jr.
No.
Oh.
Marty Skrull.
Wait, no.
He's destined for 205.
He's destined for Raw.
He's a character. He's
Yeah,
destined for
he
Raw.
is.
If you're a character, you're Raw bound, which is why I feel so bad for the
If you're a good
Velveteen
wrestler
Dream.
and don't have the ability to do anything else besides wrestle, 205 Live.
Speaking of them, actually, Vince actually tried to offer advice to Cody and them about All In.
Oh yeah, he was like, September's a terrible time to promote. Why would they promote in September? They should have called me. I would have gave them good advice.
And from a bunch of other promoters, they said September is actually a very bad time to promote something because kids are going back to school and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
But then again, they also sold out in 30 minutes.
Well, because their target audience isn't
exactly.
the kids.
Vince's
target audience.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the age demographic now? Like 5 to 27?
Yeah.
When it used to be like 13 to like 40?
Yeah. Well, speaking of how amazing Raw used to be, how was Raw this week?
Surprisingly, it was pretty decent.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There was a few things I like to talk about that I'm hearing from the internet webs. But before we get to that, I want to address something.
Oh, doing this now?
I took a lesson not a lesson. Wrong word. Holy shit. I took a listen.
A listen.
At a certain SummerSlam review. I am a viewer. One of many 18 of us.
So what part of the review are you
I want to address something on SummerSlam. That I didn't really... I guess I was salty throughout the entire show because of the whole Kevin Owens situation. Joe bored me. Joe and Styles bored me. Not gonna lie. 100% right about that. It bored me. But towards the end, I started liking it again. You guys announced what your matches were like. And you're like, oh, Nell's matches must be 5-minute matches. And no, that's not the case at all.
What is your type of match?
My type of match literally is Johnny versus Tommaso, where it's non-stop, beating the
Balls
shit
to
out
the
of
wall.
Exactly. Not 20-second matches here. Like, I'm not a fan of that at all.
But it did classify the balls to the wall part.
Yes.
So I get that.
The Samoa Joe cut in the promo, that was me like, okay, here we go. That's why I liked Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy so much, was because right from the get-go, it was them copying each other. Like Jeff Hardy doing Shinsuke's
it was a fun match. Definitely.
It was entertaining.
Fun, yeah.
I guess I prefer matches that are entertaining. Horrible word to use.
I know what you
wrestling.
mean, though. I get it. Mm-hmm. I do. I don't know if he does, but
just
I do.
Just like Rollins and Ziggler. It was a phenomenal wrestling match. 100%. That's what stole the show, was a wrestling match. When you add it all together, I really wasn't entertained by it. It was a good wrestling match. I prefer entertainment. Like something that's like poppy, I guess. Not like Roman and Brock and 5 Superman punches and 6 spears and whatever it was.
I get it. I totally understand.
See, for me, the whole Shinsuke Jeff match, they, like a few days before SummerSlam, they did that same shtick at a live event.
He did that thing on the side apron?
No, not
this
that.
one.
No, the shtick, like, copying each other.
I know, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, see, I keep up with all that. They literally did that a couple days prior at a live event. Like, that's shit that gets done at live events usually. And the fact that they were like, this worked at the live event. Let's do it at SummerSlam as well.
It worked for me.
That's kind of what they do with the live events.
It worked for me because I didn't watch the live event.
Yeah.
And this whole situation, before we start Raw, with Braun, okay? I am so sick of Braun Strowman because if people are like, oh, man, they're doing Braun dirty, they're doing this and that. Excuse me, last time I checked, Braun's the heel here because, and I quote, I'm not going to be like a coward. I'm going to tell people when I'm cashing in. Really? Huh. Twice now he says, I'm going to cash this in front of you. I'm going to tell you that I'm cashing it in. Both times he cashed in on the same guy who's been obliterated in the ring. And then he cashes in. He's doing exactly what he said he wasn't going to do.
No, see, he wants them to know he's going to do it. That's why he's been telling them, like, after your match, I'm cashing in.
Right, but
usually it's a surprise.
His wording is, I'm not going to attack you and then cash in. I want you man to man. That's when I'm cashing in.
No, he said face to face.
Right.
Which he waits for them to turn around, see him, and then he kicked him dead in the gut. Like, he
kicked him dead in the gut and then cashed in.
No, he tried to cash in.
I'm not saying Braun is getting done dirty. At SummerSlam, like I said in our review, Braun was the only thing that saved the fans from losing their shit for another 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you already know what was going to happen.
See, but that's the thing.
Can you say, like, because I was, like, disgusted. At this point, I'd rather have Brock be champion.
Yeah, I was too. I was too.
Are you crazy? No, nobody wants that.
Anyone but Roman and Brock.
That's fine. Anyone but Roman, if you want to start that again, that's fine. At least I get to watch this on a weekly basis again. Not like, oh yeah, I'll be there in 5 months to defend this.
I'm happy this title's going to be back. As I told him, I don't blame Roman for the shitty 20-second matches. I blame Brock. Brock doesn't want to work.
I agree with 100% with Adam Pacitti, what he said. He was like, this was the best ending to SummerSlam that they could actually kind of thought up of because of the fact that Brock is now, like, there's the door.
Yeah.
Get out. You know?
See, this is the best worst ending.
Right. It's bittersweet because A, he leaves, but B, you gotta, now it's Roman's era again. But it's like, we haven't seen this era in 3 years.
And there's a good reason for that. The fans at SummerSlam chanting, "You both suck."
In Brooklyn, Eric.
It doesn't matter. The fans, Vince, The only, like, we thought he was getting over with the fans, but then we realized he was in Florida for 3 weeks straight. That's why he was getting cheered. He goes anywhere other than Florida, he doesn't get cheered.
Okay, and same thing with Cena had it worse, guy.
No, Cena was always...
The comparison with Cena.
Cena was always...
went to his hometown. CM Punk, The Rock, actually cut a promo on him. He was like, you go to your own town, and they boo you.
See, that's the thing. Cena was always a 50-50 crowd. Always a 50-50 crowd.
Yeah, with kids
Roman is like 70-30.
Well, it depends on how many kids show up.
The kids aren't that loud.
The kids are pretty fucking loud.
Cena had the kids and the woman, and they're all higher pitched.
And the reason why...
Roman has the kids and the women.
And the reason why Cena had the kids is because Cena... the kids were the ones buying all Cena's crap. I don't think Roman's really over with kids. Roman's over with women because I can hear them loud and clear during Raw.
Yeah.
Well, wait. So, hold on. You said you don't think Roman's over with kids, or?
I think he's over with some kids, not the fan base that Cena has.
No, because Cena was a much better person.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Like, that's why Cena was so over with the women and kids, was because of not only the stuff he did in the WWE, the stuff he did outside of WWE. Don't get me wrong, Roman does a lot of the same stuff, just not to the same extent. Cena went overboard with going to that extent. That's why he was so over with the women and kids.
Yeah, so Roman, who's over with the women, because women think he's attractive, not all the kids.
Yeah.
So there that is. As now just said.
But that's why Vince needs to finally realize the best situation that he could have done to save himself at SummerSlam was have Braun cash in, or Kevin Owens win and cash in. Because Kevin Owens, who's a heel, gets cheered. Elias, who's a heel, gets cheered. He needs to realize this whole Roman saga needs to come to an end because it's never going to work.
Well, we don't know that now.
Well, they have a backup plan.
Yeah, they initiated their backup plan on Monday.
But even then, there were still boos.
That's what I like about this.
This is why they need to make them heel.
Now people are like, did the Shield reunite because of their... Like, they reunited as heels?
Yeah, that's the potential.
Braun is, like I said a few weeks back, Braun's the most over thing right now. Everyone just wants to shout when his theme song goes on and get these hands and all this shit. Yeah.
Meow,
He's the only one that can pick a kid out from the crowd and be completely over.
Meow.
Can you imagine if Cena did that? Had a tag team match at WrestleMania and picked out a kid, fans would be like, oh, fuck you. And fuck that kid.
Fuck Nicholas.
Yeah, they're trying to fuck Nicholas.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
Fuck you, Nicholas.
Legit.
Poor kid.
Fact. He
Well-
got stripped of his title, the poor bastard.
He gave it up.
He basically got stripped.
He relinquished it.
He shouldn't have.
Yes, he should have. He needs to go to school.
Fuck school. You're WWE Tag Team Champion. You don't need school at that point.
Yeah, he's not on payroll.
He should be. His dad is.
And last point I'm making about SummerSlam. A lot of people are saying this is the best SummerSlam ever. Are you like high?
It's one of the best that they've had in the last few years.
Yeah, because the last years have been just shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, really? I lost time, like how many times I counted how many matches ended in fuckery. Like, complete and utter fuckery. Besides the opening match, which, I mean, there was
Which
some...
you said was fuckery!
Well, because of the stipulation of it. But it ended clean, so I'll let them pass.
But did you listen to what I said in the review podcast? How Dolph was offered a contract and turned it down.
Do you blame him?
No, but I think that's why they probably dropped the title back to Seth.
Yeah, because he knows. As soon as he signs that contract, it's the same shit over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Japan.
I did really enjoy the SummerSlam. I actually saw all the...
I enjoyed it too, don't get me wrong. The Kevin Owens thing put a wicked sour. Not because I picked him.
Just that match.
Legit.
You didn't expect a squash.
No, and Kevin Owens is literally one of my favorite wrestlers. And it's like, what the hell? And he didn't even show up the next night. And
Yeah.
It's like I told him,
I loved the shirt. I was like, I'm about to buy this freaking shirt. And then nothing.
I told him I expected a whole match of Kevin Owens just trying to be sneaky. A whole match of it. Didn't happen.
Now it's like I'm hearing reports that like they're gonna make the Shield face, and Kevin Owens is gonna team with Braun. I'm like, no, don't do that. That's stupid.
They need to make the entirety of the Shield heel.
I have a really bad feeling that Braun's gonna be with Dolph and Drew, and this is the stupidity.
Oh, God.
It's that 3-3. I can definitely see that, and I don't want that to happen.
No. Well, the last thing I'll really get into with SummerSlam before we go to Raw is I actually saw all of our favorite wrestling journalists' star ratings for all the matches in SummerSlam, excluding the pre-show and excluding the 2 squash matches that we had on the card. The Finn Balor and the Braun KO.
Some people call Ronda a squash, but I didn't think it was.
I didn't think it was a squash. It went too long to be a squash.
Yeah.
It was a one-sided match.
Yeah.
Other than that, there were 3 matches that got 2 star ratings, and the rest of them were all above 3 3/4, I believe. 3.5.
I can name the matches that went to 2 stars.
I bet you can.
Bludgeon and New Day.
No.
Really?
That got 3.5 or 3.25. It might have been 3.25.
Really? For the finish?
It was a good match up until the finish made sense for what they were going with, but it ended up hurting them too because of Rowan's injury.
Yeah.
So Roman and Brock.
Yep.
Hardy and Shinsuke.
Yep.
So not Bludgeon, huh? So I would go. Besides the 2 squash matches, right?
Besides the 2, because those both got 1 star. No, I think Braun squash got a 0.5 star.
Was it Daniel and...
No, they got 3 3/4.
That was so underwhelming.
It did feel underwhelming.
That
but
ending was, but...
if they're ramping it up, I'm fine with that. If it's one of those things where they're slowly ramping it till WrestleMania, give it to me.
Well, September 1st is almost here. DB didn't sign a contract, last I remember. He says he is, but it says because of his lawyer. I'm like, bro.
And they're also saying he may resign, just not right away.
Yeah,
He may want to spend time with Brie and Birdie.
yeah, that's what I figured. I figured he was going to take time off. Because that was one of his main complaints, was he missed Birdie's, first everything.
What's the last 2-star match?
Shit. Am I missing something clear here? It can't be the triple threat
No.
with the women's title. I'm narrowing it down. Oh, Braun and Kevin? No, that
was a squash.
Fuck.
You want to know?
Hold on. Let me think. I'm trying to
You
think.
said it was excluding the pre-show.
Excluding the
excluding
pre-show.
the 2 squashes.
Because the pre-shows were all under 1.5 stars.
It wasn't Ronda and Alexa.
It was.
Oh, my
The
God.
last 3 matches on SummerSlam all got 2 stars.
Ronda and Alexa deserve better.
The way they booked it, it couldn't have been anything else.
Yeah.
I wasn't entertained by that match because Alexa already got her comeuppance when Nia Jax beat her at WrestleMania. If she beat Nia Jax and then this happened, it'd be a totally different story to me. But, on to Trish Stratus.
I'm still so mad over that. A lot of people are because Alexa doesn't deserve it. Alexa's good in the ring, but she's not great in the ring. She's really good on the mic, but that's about it. That's why a lot of people are upset that it's Alexa and not Sasha. Because Sasha's so good in the ring compared to Alexa.
But Sasha's stuck with Bayley.
But this is something that they could potentially fix. I mean, they did
They
that
could.
thing with Undertaker and Rusev, and they turned
And then
it
they
to
fixed it, and then
yeah,
they fixed
went
it
back.
again.
So this could be something they fix.
They could. It's
I mean,
potential.
but I don't see Alexa being like, no, F you, I'm wrestling Trish.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I think any woman in the WWE
Yeah.
would be crazy to not fight to keep the match, whether they deserve it or not.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Alexa knows that she deserves it. I'm pretty sure.
That would be like
Alexa
if
thinks
Kurt
she
Hawkins
deserves it.
got scheduled in a match with Shawn Michaels and Seth was like, the fuck? That's my match. And would Kurt Hawkins say, yeah, sure, have it? I don't think so.
I feel like Kurt Hawkins would.
Then he's in the wrong business.
See, the thing that why Kurt Hawkins would is, I feel like Kurt Hawkins is happy where he is, even though he's 0-220 now.
219.
219.
Yeah, no, you're batshit crazy. If anybody in that industry would turn down a match with a worker like that, or any worker of that caliber that's a legend, you're in the wrong business.
I'm going to get Kurt Hawkins' shirt. So it represents my predictions.
Facing the facts.
No, 219.
On that note, I believe it's time for Raw.
Did you hear my comments about predictions?
think so.
Which is why I feel like people thought we had a slight beef going on here.
Just watch the damn show.
Yeah. Watch our podcast. You'll see that this is just our relationship. I'm currently the heel of this podcast. He's the tweener. And then you got Zell, who thinks he's the face.
I am the face. This podcast doesn't run without me.
You're the little face that could.
Fuck you. Review Raw.
Little face that could. Well, kicking off Monday Night Raw was our new Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Insert all the boos. He had to wait to speak because of all the boos.
I think he does that on purpose, though. Just enjoys it.
I feel like...
Do you know what he called all of his haters?
No.
Closet lovers.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I did. See, I feel like what makes people good heels and good promo people is if they can continue to speak even while the crowd is booing them or cheering them instead of pausing and waiting. Which officially makes Becky Lynch probably one of the best promo people in the company right now. Because they were cheering the hell out of her on Tuesday while she was cutting that promo. She didn't stop to talk once. She just kept going and didn't let the crowd...
but I also believe that if you're a bad guy, and you're like Tommaso Ciampa does it, he goes out in the ring, he doesn't give a shit.
But
He's
that's the thing. He's a heel.
Who the
He's
hell?
supposed to take that.
Yeah, I know. Roman's a little confuzzled.
Gorsh. I'm gonna tell you this now, and I'm gonna tell you this on air. Mother just called me.
Yep.
Because you said you gave me $220 last time. You gave me $100 this time. You still owe her $5.
Oh my god.
You owe her $5 for August, and then you'll be caught up.
This Vish.
I'm sorry, what?
This Vish.
I'll tell her.
No. Let's go.
His response was, quote unquote, this bitch, and she'll be like, hold on, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Nah. Mother, no. Mama, no.
So?
She's gonna take out a wooden spoon and beat me.
No, she's just gonna call Gerald.
Nah. Gerald, no, maybe.
Carol Ann asks, Gerald doesn't.
I feel like he'll come up and say he said something but didn't.
No, Gerald's actually the mama's boy of the group.
You are.
No, she asked me to do something, I complain.
Yeah, you whine and then she still gets her way.
Yeah, because I know I don't want to deal with that shit.
You don't want to deal with Gerald or her?
Facts.
Which one? Both.
So Monday Night Raw, which I really didn't get to pay attention to because work.
Roman Reigns kicks off the show. Your new Universal Champion is waiting to talk because of the crowd is just booing the shit out of him.
Surprise.
Which he deserves. He said he was going to beat Brock Lesnar, and that's what he did. He also said when he won it, he'd defend it, and that's what he plans on doing tonight. He said, typically, I'd make it real easy and open it up to anyone that wants to step up, but I've got one man in mind, and a man that won this title here in Brooklyn, and he got hurt and never had a chance to win it back. Since he won it in Brooklyn, he's going to defend it. I'm going to defend it tonight against Finn Balor. That's when I was like, huh? Finn!
You thought Finn was going to win?
I was hoping. I was really hoping.
You were a sad, strange little man.
This was when Vince is like, I'm tired of hearing about him. This is his rematch, and let that be the end of it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna literally?
And then people boo Roman because Roman is the closest thing to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Literally, I feel like Finn carried him through that match for a majority.
Of course,
of it.
because it's Roman. If Roman fought against Seth carried him. If Roman fought a broomstick, you say a broomstick carried him.
The broomstick probably would carry him.
Oh,
there is only one worse person.
You don't give him any credit at all.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. He's a decent wrestler, but he needs to be.
He's a hell of a lot better than he was 3 years ago.
Oh, he's definitely better than when he was
told
3
Big
years
Show
ago.
about a certain story about Jack and the Beanstalk. That was great. Roman
Okay,
Reigns.
he's better on the mic than what he was 3 years ago. This is still the same wrestler from 3 years ago with a couple tweaks. This is still the same Roman Reigns that we've seen.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not saying he's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen, but he can wrestle.
He can wrestle, but he's not. His type of wrestling isn't
It's not
top
Finn.
of the company.
It's not Seth. He's not that small to do that shit. Braun can't do that shit. You don't blame Braun. Braun can do a dropkick and everyone's so wowed.
I've seen people Roman size doing fucking moonsaults and fucking suicide dives and shit.
Yeah, he does them too. He doesn't do a moonsault, but he does a suicide dive.
Yeah, he does. He hardly goes to the top rope ever.
Yeah, that's not his style, the top rope. He's
Neither
a
did
power
Kane.
fighter.
Anytime Kane went on the top rope, it was a clothesline.
Yeah, but that's Kane.
Roman's a power fighter. That's what he is. That's what he does.
But even Kane was better in the ring.
Oh my goodness, just go.
You know how I feel about Roman.
Dealing with this again. Now that Brock's gone, back to Roman.
I give Roman credit.
I know you do. This one over here.
I can't stand the man.
The very first episode was me and him going on debating.
The very first episode. All right, we're gonna say our things, and then we're gonna let you guys go.
Comes full circle.
It does, because this should have been over at Mania.
I agree. I completely agreed with you.
But it went on an extra 4 goddamn months.
SummerSlam. That's 6.
6.
Oh no, Brock only showed up for like 2 more appearances. So
We're in August. Mania was in April. That's 4 months.
I was in March. Universe got me fucked up.
Yeah. Well, in comes Finn Balor, where he greets Roman cheerfully and accepts, because he is such a cheerful son of a bitch.
I accept.
He's always smiling, and I just love his smile.
I feel like
too.
he does it to piss off Vince.
Probably, because
It's funny about that is Baron Corbin's match was a lot more for him than Roman was, because he didn't show up as the demon for Roman.
see, I feel like that takes like 5 hours to put that makeup on.
So
Finn, my only question is, you're in a match with Baron fucking Corbin, and you bring the demon as a surprise. You get a Universal title match, and you don't.
See, that probably wasn't planned, because up until the end of WrestleMania, Vince didn't know what he was gonna do for the ending, because
until he sent him home. There's nothing for you here. Goodbye.
yeah, because he wasn't sure how the crowd was gonna react, so he was waiting to the main event to decide, and they weren't for Brock, they weren't for Roman, so it's like, all right, this is, if they aren't for either of these guys, cash in.
Well, clearly that didn't happen.
No.
Clearly they had to know before the show what they were doing. So Finn, think.
No, they didn't know before the show, because Vince said it was going to be a last minute decision.
Finn's title match on Monday.
If Brock retained, they're not going to have Finn face Brock.
They knew before Raw went on the air. So I'm saying, in what process does it make sense to bring the demon for a random match and not a title match?
Yes, they knew before. They probably knew right before Raw went on the air.
All right, he has 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours to put all that fucking makeup on. That's not feasible, I feel like.
It's pretty feasible.
I don't think it is. How intricate that makeup is, and they're not going to bring the demon out on a regular show.
Just saying, that's logic on booking on Finn's character standpoint. That's what I'm saying.
Personally, it should have been Finn as his first opponent at like a pay-per-view, where he could lose and then bring out the demon for the next one. That would have been the smart thing to do. But now, who knows what's next? Is he defending the title next week too? We'll see.
I don't know. It's your show. I'm not watching it.
I wait to watch it, and so I can fast forward all those stupid commercials. And then he vows to take the title back. Reigns offers a handshake to make it official. Finn shakes. Enter Constable Baron Corbin. He says the match isn't going to happen, and if Finn thinks he'll be rewarded for the stunt he pulled last night, no showing in favor of the demon, an unprofessional and cowardly act. Plus, with all the lights, smoke, and noise, Corbin couldn't hear the bell ring, and as far as he's concerned, the match never happened. So tonight, he's wrestling Finn Balor, the man. Roman tells Baron if he sucked as bad as he did last night, he'd forget about it too. That I got a very big chuckle out of. Corbin says the only reason Roman is champion is because Brock Lesnar was more worried about Braun Strowman than he was about him, which is very true. Roman starts to get close to him, and then Kurt Angle comes out, and he says Corbin. He says that Corbin let the constable thing get to his head, and here on Raw that he's the man that makes the matches, not you. And he doesn't care what the lone wolf thinks, but he does care what Brooklyn thinks. And he pulls to say, do you want to see Roman versus Finn or Finn versus Baron? They obviously choose Balor. And then he goes on to say that Baron has a match tonight, starting right now, against Bobby Lashley. Then he comes out. It was a pretty decent match. Could have been much better, but Bobby Lashley won. He pretty much dominated the whole thing. Corbin got bits and pieces of offense in, but not that much. Obviously, it was well expected. And then Kurt Angle is shown backstage after that match. Paul Heyman comes in. Paul says that he's here with a very specific mission tonight. His client Brock Lesnar would like to invoke his contractually obligated rematch clause. Kurt says if he's kidding, and Paul says yes. No excuses for losing, but Brock has his rematch and he wants to take it. Kurt says he'll get his rematch, but he's not sure when he'll give it. Now that Roman is a fighting champion, that the fans will actually have a champion that they want to see and see a champion every week. And he says that it will be a long, long time before he gets his rematch. Paul Heyman agrees. He doesn't want it next week. He wants it way, way down the road at Hell in a Cell. Kurt says it'll be a cold day in hell. Or, as they say here in Brooklyn, forget about it. And then he walks off. Commentary hypes Ronda Rousey's championship and that they're going to be doing a presentation for her tonight. It comes back from commercial and Baron Corbin complains about Kurt Angle putting him in matches he's not prepared for, saying he's not a dog that does tricks and he's tired of not getting what he wants. Angle tells him his job isn't doing what Baron wants, it's to do what's best for the WWE Universe. Corbin says Stephanie McMahon's here and he's going to talk to her tonight. And then he storms off all pissy. Next is a video package for the final match between Triple H and The Undertaker set in Australia.
The final match.
Which is funny because he actually had a segment in the ring about it. But next up was the Boss and Hug connection. Bayley and Sasha with Ember Moon versus the Riot Squad. It was actually a pretty decent match. It's expected whenever you see the 6 of these women in the ring. Aside from Liv, I feel like Liv is probably like she's the weak spot of the Riot Squad.
What about the other one? How do you feel about her?
Who? Sarah? I don't know. How do I feel about Sarah? Oh, damn. The look Nell just gave me when I mentioned Sarah.
That'll all be addressed later.
Uh-oh. Are you breaking up with Sarah?
I don't know, maybe.
Are you getting a divorce from Sarah?
Maybe.
Y'all got married?
Maybe.
Isn't she your cousin?
Maybe.
And she fucked him. She had a dick.
Fucking Christ. I feel like if ever she comes across this, she's gonna be so fucking offended by this.
Or she could be insanely turned on.
You never know. You never know what she's into.
Goes from worse to Jesus Christ.
Maybe have a foursome with the Riot Squad.
You hate Ruby.
What?
A paper bag. That's all it takes.
Don't disrespect Ruby.
Facts.
I don't know, I just don't like goth.
I don't like goth either, but I can acknowledge that Ruby's pretty.
She is very.
When she had her shorter hair, I was not much of a fan.
She's hot.
like when she first signed, but the longer the hair, I'm like, all right. She do got a Triple H nose.
Huge, humongous honker.
I plead the fifth.
Think she sticks it in your ass?
No.
Gets a chocolate
I
surprise.
feel like I feel like she was
A
very
Hershey
kinky though.
kiss.
A Hershey kiss. And then she'd be like, lick my nostrils.
God. No, I'm allergic to chocolate, sorry.
Touch.
Touch. Touch what?
Come on.
Anywho, ends up with the Riot Squad winning by pinfall. It broke down in the end, and Ruby kicked the ropes to cut Sasha down. Then she hit her with a Riot Kick.
I'm still kind of like, you can get something else for a finisher, Ruby.
I like it. It's kind of the way Sasha sold it. It looked devastating.
The way Sasha sold it, yeah. Sasha sells everything look like she's dying, and you kind of get concerned.
You can tell that she's watched The Rock.
The only thing she can't sell is why she should fight Trish Stratus. Sorry.
Well then,
Shots fired!
next was the Triple H segment, actually.
Nukes launched! Kim Jong-un is in this bitch!
So, as Triple H is coming out to the ring, he's greeted by chants of NXT from the entire crowd.
This was a waste of time.
See, there was a rumor that this was because it was supposed to be the spot for Brock.
Yeah.
But those rumors have been nixed since then. This was apparently always planned.
This was supposed to be just to promote the Super Show to get more people hyped up for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
In reality, this is just Saudi Arabia Part 2 is what this is.
Yep.
He says, TakeOver blew the roof off this place Saturday night, and SummerSlam took it to a whole other level last night, even though that was a fallacy. SummerSlam couldn't even hold a candle to what TakeOver was.
Facts.
He said that he was on the edge of his seat all night, and just like us, he's a fan. He loves this, and it's in him to the core from day one, and he'll work until the day he dies to make sure this is here for everyone. He said, but weekends like this give him that itch to rip his suit off, tape back up, lace the boots back up, and be the game again. And that's why when Vince called him a couple weeks ago about the Australia deal, said he wanted Hunter to wrestle there, he said, hell yeah, 80,000 people in Melbourne, hell yeah, I'll do it. And then Vince said he wanted Triple H to wrestle The Undertaker, and he said, hell no, but not for the reason we think. He goes on to say, of all the great things I've done in my career, one stands out head and shoulders, a moment ingrained in my brain that'll never come out, the end of Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania 28, where Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and myself were standing together at the top of the ramp. That moment is as real as it gets. A moment of mutual respect, and none of them will ever forget. Two guys as responsible as anyone for all of this, and that moment changed us in ways that didn't expect. We knew it was the end of an era, and it changed us inside. Right afterwards, that's when Shawn was gone. The streak was dead, and The Undertaker left his hat and gloves in the ring and disappeared. And then he said, I put my suit on and left. It was over. The feeling was gone. The era was over, and without sounding like a bitter veteran, he says the era was special. So for the same respect reason, he said no. He picked up the phone and called Vince back and told him he was in. I will take off the suit, tape back up, lace the boots back up, and I'll be the game again. If The Undertaker will pick up the hat, put on the gloves, and be the Phenom one more time. He says the era is back and it'll be Undertaker in the game one more time. And that's when he leaves, and then it's a video recap of Roman and Brock. And then your newly crowned Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins makes his entrance, followed by Dean Ambrose. And then it goes to like the 18th commercial break of the evening. And then after the commercial, because the match is actually going to be Dean and Dolph, with Seth being in Dean's corner and Drew being in Dolph's. Really good match. You actually saw this being Dean's first match back since his injury. He changed up his wrestling style a lot.
He suited a lot more of the power.
He
that he
definitely
got
did.
Since he looks so much bigger.
He's a lot more power. You don't see him doing like the silly things, because I didn't see him do that whole
rebound lariat.
Yeah, the rebound lariat. I didn't see him do that at all,
which is good,
because that like you knew that was coming every time. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad they switched his wrestling up, and he looked really good. He looked even better than he did before, too. That's the best part about it. And he ended up winning with a Dirty Deeds. Backstage, you have Elias, who is talking to his crew. He says how they're not special and they need to just do their jobs. And then he starts walking, and then it goes back to break. Comes back, Finn Balor is taping up in the locker room when Braun Strowman rolls up on him. Braun reminds Finn of what he said last night about cashing in from behind and wanting to do things face to face. So he wants to wish Balor good luck tonight. Cuts to Elias in the ring to sing a song. He works through the usual intro, and then he goes to play a couple things. And then he says that someone is trying to destroy who he is, and whoever tried to mess with him last night hasn't come to the realization as to what WWE stands for. The crowd chants, "Walk with Elias." He said after last night, his doctor begged him not to come back to Brooklyn, but he's a performer and he needs to perform, so he's going to present his greatest song yet. And then he's interrupted by who?
Take a wild guess, though.
Take a guess.
I was like, wait, who was? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Kurt Hawkins.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yep. Kurt Hawkins interrupts him. He says that Elias can go to number one and be the first guy to lose to him, and he challenges him to a match to try and end his 218 match losing streak. Right here in Brooklyn, Elias tells Kurt he's a loser just like everyone else here, and orders him to leave. Hawkins turns around, starts walking away, and then Elias starts to play, and then he's interrupted again by Kurt Hawkins. And he's gonna hide behind the guitar in a goofy scarf, or is he gonna fight me? Elias takes him up on the offer. Right out the gates, Kurt Hawkins tries to roll him up in a schoolboy, kicks out at 2. From there, it was just Elias' match. Hit him with the drift away.
Basic Kurt Hawkins match.
Yep. And he won.
Who was he gonna beat? Who was Kurt Hawkins gonna pin to end that streak?
It's gonna be something stupid. I can smell Vince McMahon all over that. Like, it'll be on a later date, like a year from now. It'll be Kurt versus Braun Strowman.
Kurt Hawkins versus Roman Reigns for the Universal title.
So I don't know about that, but Jesus
you
Christ.
always just go way too far.
I would do that. Are you fucking kidding me?
I would do Kurt versus Brock.
Who?
That would be hilarious. Pins Brock. Oh what?
After he loses to DC.
Next time, Brock, don't fucking leave.
Know your place.
I made you. I made you, damn it!
The doors are always open for him.
Because he's an attraction.
He's a shitbag. So, I read something recently, and after seeing this happen backstage, I put 2 and 2 together. So Apollo Crews is heading for a singles run.
Yeah, I heard about that a while ago.
With him staying with Dana Brooke.
Yep.
So Titus O'Neil is walking backstage, and then he runs into who? Apollo Crews and Dana Brooke, and they looked like they were hiding something from Titus.
Yeah, she came back and it's like, oh, this is what we need to do to beat Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
I was like, ha 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 ha.
So she I could see the treachery there.
I like it.
I do. I like it a lot.
Dana Brooke is going to be his mouthpiece?
Not mouthpiece, but like a power couple. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
She seems like she's into it.
Huh?
Who's going to talk in that group?
They don't need to talk. Apollo is pure destruction.
What?
Say that with a straight face.
In NXT, he was pure destruction.
Yeah.
Not even.
No, but he was very, very entertaining.
Yeah, his matches were definitely entertaining, but him on the mic was
Only reason he's not in 205 Live is because of a couple pounds.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, guess who we have? We got the Authors of Pain versus Titus Worldwide. As expected, the Authors of Pain win.
As expected.
They finally started booking them right again.
Really? Were they struggling in the match?
Not really this time around.
They annoy me.
Like, they didn't struggle too much this time. They actually went back to their dominating self. I feel like they only gave Titus that one win because of the comments he made about the whole Hulk Hogan situation, because he was very upset over it. But next is the segment for the with the Raw Women's Championship celebration. Stephanie McMahon comes out. All the women on the Raw roster are around the ring except for Nia Jax. Stephanie goes on to say, when she thinks about the women's division today, one word comes to mind, and that's proud. She's proud of these women and of WWE's all-women pay-per-view Evolution, and of last night's title match, of which she tosses to a highlight reel. She puts Ronda Rousey over for being the first woman to hold both WWE and UFC titles, and without her vision of business prowess, Ronda wouldn't be here in WWE. So she takes credit for everything that Ronda's been doing.
She was like, thank God I'm here for Ronda.
She says, I saw raw talent and shined it like a diamond. And here she is, shining above the rest, molded in Stephanie's likeness as a media darling. Holding the roster on her back, and she goes to introduce her protege. I was like, yeah, you fucked up. As soon as she called Ronda her protege. Ronda's music hits. Ronda comes to the ring. She refuses to shake hands with Stephanie. And then... Ow. She... the crowd is cheering for Ronda hard, so she's just taking that in. And then she asks Stephanie what she's doing and says, for once this isn't about you, it's about all the women of the division. Ronda asks why they're standing outside. Are they supposed to be beneath us? Rousey invites the women up into the ring. Stephanie scolds her. Ronda kind of gets confrontational with it. Stephanie is telling her how to be a champion, and Ronda says this isn't about any one of them, it's all of them. Natalya, the cornerstone of the division. Sasha and Bayley, without their takeover match 3 years ago, the whole movement may not have gotten off the ground. She says, I'm not Brock Lesnar. She's going to compete every night, and she's can't wait to wrestle each and every one of them. Stephanie says she doesn't know who she is. This is just the Ronda Rousey that wants to break arms, and look at poor Alexa with her arm in a sling. She had a bright pink sling on.
She did.
She deserved it. Stephanie tosses to, and then like she looks at Bliss, and was Alexa just nodding her head the whole time, looking all hurt and in pain. And then she claims that Ronda Rousey wants to wipe all of them out so she can stand in the spotlight. And Ronda says she's not here to break everybody's arms, just the ones who deserve it. Then she steps to Stephanie, puts a wrist lock, judo throw, armbar. Stephanie taps, and then she's leaving. Just leaves Stephanie in the middle of the ring, screaming. Then all the baby faces celebrate with Ronda, but there was one part of this where Ember Moon was just not amused. It looked like. Did you notice it? She was just like, "Yeah, I'm only here because I have to be."
They really all weren't amused, and I don't blame them. It's patronizing. Even booking that segment, it's kind of patronizing.
Yeah. But at least Natalya honestly looked like she wanted to cry. When Ronda said that to her, like you could see her eyes starting to water up.
Natty's a crier.
She is. She's such a good heel, but she's also a good face too. I love Natty. She very well might be one of the best, if not.
She's great in the ring, but as a character, I don't care for her.
Well, it depends on what they do with her.
I don't think I've ever cared for her as a character.
I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Her entire career.
I have before.
Was it when she was farting?
Her farting.
Oh my god.
Let's not forget that.
What do you mean that never happened?
So, what character was it for her that you cared about?
Her last heel run. That was a really good heel run from her.
Eh.
She won the title.
She won the title. I didn't care for her character. I've never had a Natty character that I was like, oh my god, I like it. It's always just been like, alright, I guess. In ring, she's amazing.
Oh yeah, I think she's probably the best in the ring. Between her and Charlotte, that's a toss-up.
Technical wrestler, it's between her and Charlotte.
Yeah. Ow, my arm. I fell asleep. Next you got the B team. B team, go, go, go. B team. Yeah, you have to admit, it's catchy.
So annoying.
So is cancer.
Wow.
Catchy and annoying.
Wow. Jesus.
Oh, speaking of Ronda, before we go on, they're bringing back reports for Paul to be her manager.
Well, yeah, because
they don't know if it makes sense because it looks like she's
because
feuding
she's
with
a face
Stephanie again. Yeah.
Well, no. So did you see, as of right now, the reports of who her opponent's going to be at Evolution?
Nikki Bella.
Yep, in the main event.
Right, but I don't think Nikki would be heel. Neither would Ronda. I think this would just be like a random match.
Nikki might be heel for this.
Oh, no.
It makes sense. They planted the seeds at freaking SummerSlam for it.
Yeah. Shit's annoying.
Honestly, it should be Natalya.
Yeah. It should be like people who are wrestling right now, not these people who come back.
Like, I get they want all these women to come back because it'll be a good spectacle, but the main event should be two current wrestlers.
There is only one person that I would want if she agrees to it. They reached out to AJ Lee.
Well, she's supposed to be in the video game, 2K19.
No,
yeah.
Yes.
no.
It's
Yes.
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, that's
And
right.
and one of the matches you play as was against Sheamus in that
The
like,
WrestleMania.
3-second.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be in the game.
And so is Alex Riley.
Yeah.
So we had reason.
Rage.
Yeah.
Rage.
But AJ Lee she's gonna get paid to have an appearance at the new game. Maybe she's scheduled to come back. Who knows? Maybe Hall of Fame bound because if she called it a career, she built enough of a career to be in the Hall of Fame. She was one of the best talkers, and that's why I'm respecting Zelina Vega a lot more. Because when she has the mic, she reminds me of AJ Lee. You literally can compare it to AJ. It's the exact same tone and the exact same the way they talk. It's fascinating.
I think the only difference in the way they talk is Zelina has a lot more
It's because of the way she's like. She was like, this is his man. It's the way how AJ used to be like, I made the women's division. It's so good.
It is really good. The thing with Zelina, the thing that adds the edge to Zelina is she throws a little bit of that
Spanish.
Latina,
Yeah.
like fire into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
AJ physically can't have that,
No.
but you know, AJ still is very good.
Oh my god, if she could.
I loved AJ.
AJ
so
versus
good.
Zelina on the microphone.
See, now, there's a big reason why she hasn't came back too, is because she doesn't want to be caught. She didn't want to get caught between the battle
That's why she left.
with Punk, and even after she left.
Well, I mean, she's doing very well outside of wrestling world.
She
Yeah.
is, because another reason she didn't come back was due to injuries and stuff like that. And her mental health wasn't that good either, unfortunately.
Well, isn't she like an author now? Like she writes
Yeah,
books
she-
and comics
Yep.
and all that stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, because they're big comic nerds.
I hope she comes back for like one last one. That'd be fucking amazing.
I would love it.
You want to bring back the women's division? Oh, bring back the best one of them all, in my opinion. Shit.
Yeah. Between her and Paige.
You know what? You know what they should have scheduled at Evolution? Trish Stratus versus AJ Lee.
I would honestly, when they announced Trish versus
Alexa.
it should, my opinion,
It should have been Mickey James.
I thought it should have. That would be good.
That would have
but
been interesting.
I had in my head Trish Stratus versus Nikki Bella.
Honestly,
I could see that. I could see the story there.
what they should have done was a triple threat match. Trish Stratus, Mickey James, and Lita.
Yeah.
I told him on the SummerSlam review how they could have booked it because Charlotte just won her 7th women's title. Have her lose that title by Evolution. Only 2 7-time women champions in the history of WWE.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Or put that title on the line against Trish Stratus.
Trish won't win it.
Who's to say that? Who's to say that she won't stick around for 9 more months? Lose it at Mania.
She won't. Not
You kidding
9
me?
more months?
Yeah.
Was she knocked up?
Well, isn't that?
That's in October.
Isn't it 9 months until Mania?
That's in
Oh,
October.
yeah.
End of October.
Yeah. So.
But Trish is one of those people because you know how
7
like
months.
there are certain legends who know to come back and just lose because they shouldn't be winning. I feel
Trish
like
is
Trish
one of
is
those.
like that, but at the same time, facing Alexa Bliss, it's like they could book her to win.
They should book her to
They
win. Because if they put Alexa over Trish Stratus, that may be the last straw for this women's division.
I think Alexa could win.
But Alexa could very well win because that would work so well for her character.
Yeah.
Alexa heel,
I can
Alexa
s-
heel.
I
I
don't
beat Trish Stratus.
I don't
Yes,
wanna-
but-
yeah, but see, who could benefit that the most would piss off a lot of people though. If Carmella was in Alexa Bliss's spot, and if she would be,
I thought
Trish
you were gonna say
Stratus,
Tamina.
Oh my god.
I
Oh
beat
my
Charlotte
God.
Flair
I beat
twice.
Charlotte.
I beat Asuka
I beat
twice.
Trish Stratus.
I beat
Dude.
Trish frickin' Stratus.
I mean, it would make so much sense in the world, but at the same time, no sense at all.
Not at all.
But this is WWE.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, what happened next?
Next was Bo Dallas versus Scott Dawson. Because you had 2 separate matches here. You had Bo versus Scott. And then after that, you were going to have Curtis versus Dash. Well, Scott Dawson beat Bo Dallas. After that, Dash Wilder beat Curtis Axel. So now, technically, they're no longer undefeated, but they're still undefeated. Because they were beat separately, not as a team.
Yeah, Bo made sure that the Revival heard that after the last match.
Yep, because after that, Bo grabs the mic and says, well, you may have beat us, but we are still your tag team champions.
Are they heels or faces?
I don't know. But next is Roman being interviewed backstage. He says Finn Balor deserves this opportunity and he's been waiting a long time, but he's going to lose and go to the back of the line. He said Braun Strowman can stand there like a meat shack all he wants. It doesn't matter. It's his yard and he'll always be ready. It comes back from commercial break and then you have Stephanie McMahon, who is being tended to by a trainer.
This was the worst. The worst part of Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
I heard about this.
In which that trainer actually happens to be a local indie wrestler.
That's awesome.
CPA.
CPA.
Yep.
APA? Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow,
Oh
meow.
my god.
Baron Corbin is next to her in Alexa Bliss for moral support. Kurt Angle comes in and they all berate him for letting this happen. Stephanie says, it's been a year and a half, Kurt. Like, something needs to be done sometime, and thinks that he needs time off because of stuff that, like, Corbin basically caused all of this. Mm-hmm. And she tells him to take a vacation. She's like, don't worry, you're not losing your job, you just need time off. And makes Baron Corbin acting general manager of Monday Night Raw.
Meow, 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 meow.
I'm scared about this.
You gonna ask Nell to hold you?
See,
now he's in charge of making matches. He's in charge of everything. What if he strips...
Yeah.
What if he strips Roman of the title and gives himself the title?
I don't think he could do that.
Yeah, I don't think he can do that.
But, like, the way that Paul asked Kurt Angle for that rematch, I think Baron could grant Paul Heyman Brock Lesnar's
Hell, you're right.
in the cell. So, and the Shield can't really get involved because they're in Hell in a Cell.
Oh, they can get involved.
That's if it's in a Hell in a Cell.
Right. But apparently, when afterwards I started to be okay with this, is because Kurt Angle's training.
Yeah,
for an in-ring comeback.
Which I feel like it's going to be against Corbin. The way that they've been building.
Kind of has to be.
It needs to be.
I think he's going to have some program at the Super Show.
Yeah, they want him to do something at the Super
I don't know
Show.
if that's against Baron, but...
But another reason why they said his rematch isn't going to be at Hell in a Cell, they've released some details on it. He said that he wants to just focus on UFC right now. That's why he dropped the title. Because had he wanted to focus on both, he would still be champion.
Probably.
We would still have Brock Lesnar as champion. Next was actually the main event with Finn Balor and Roman Reigns. Very good match. Very, very good match. But like I said, the majority of this match, Finn carried him through it. But as he was about to line up for, was it the Superman Sponge or Superman Sponge?
Spear.
Superman Punch or a Spear. Braun's music hits, which distracted Roman. Finn runs, hits Sling Blade, shotgun dropkick, and then goes to the top rope for the coup de grace. Misses because Roman rolls out of the way, and Roman hits the spear. 1, 2, 3. Braun waits for him to get up. He gets up, turns around, kicks him dead in the gut, gives the briefcase to the ref, says he's cashing in. The ref gives the briefcase to JoJo. She says that Braun Strowman is cashing in the Money in the Bank. And before the bell rings, all you hear is Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield.
Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow.
Meow meow. I marked out. Because I was not expecting this.
Dude, I was watching this, I was like, they're gonna call Roman Reigns the One Day Reign, and it's gonna piss me the fuck off. and then the sweet, sweet music of Shield. I was like, oh, thank God. Fuck this.
And then out come Ambrose and Rollins.
In Shield gear.
In the Shield gear. And then you have Braun and...
I was so fucking nervous. Because Roman's like, yeah, these are my voice. I'm like, oh my God.
What if they turn on him?
My God.
That's
like,
what I
fucking
thought.
God.
I thought the same thing.
I was getting so nervous. I'm like, these sons of bitches are going to turn on Roman.
Honestly, even that, I would have been like, I'm all for it either way here.
Me too. It would have been a great story, but I'm like, oh no. I immediately thought, because Roman's like, yeah, now you're done. I'm like, oh no.
I thought it was going to be a Dirty Deeds into a curb stomp. They hold him up so he's on his feet, put him on the apron, the ref has to ring the bell.
Yeah. And then do the triple powerbomb on Roman, but Braun would hold him. And that'd be
It's a new Shield.
Yes, it is.
Everyone's gonna get these Shield hands.
Braun shows up the next day with a tactical vest.
You don't need that.
We saw Triple H in one.
That's true.
Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah. But they corner Braun in the ring, beat him up. He starts to get a bit. He like throws them off, but the numbers game got to him. They take him outside after the new lunatic, no longer lunatic fringe, just a lunatic now.
He lost the fringe.
He lost the fringe. Dean Ambrose starts ripping off the table, throwing everything on the ground. Fans went wild for that. And then from there, Braun got a little bit more offense. He separated them, started attacking. Fans went wild for that. And then the numbers game got to him again, and they put him through the table.
It was hard for fans because they were like, "We're so confused."
They were so torn here. They were so torn, and I can understand how they feel. But that was Monday Night Raw. I give it a B+ this week.
A-. So good. I love the Raw. Raw was really good, really entertaining. A lot of good stuff. Ronda, so good. So good. Sasha losing, so good.
You are petty, sir.
And Kurt Hawkins.
You're one to talk.
So good.
I picked her! I picked her to win! That bitch lost! Because of her, we tied. I didn't rightfully retain my title. I retained it through a tie. Something I didn't want, but I did. Also, if I was allowed to change my pick to Ciampa.
Yeah, you're not allowed to change your picks. That's day one, basic of the basics.
I feel like we should have until at least Saturday to change picks.
You have until the day we record it. Done.
But if they announce a match, we can pick that.
Not really. If they announce a last-minute match, we're all gonna have the same pick.
Not necessarily.
Eric.
Not necessarily.
Just like when they announced the match at the end of that Iron Man. I was like, who are you picking, Sal? Dolph. I'm like, that's what I'm picking.
Well, you only did that so you could retain by tie.
I really didn't think Seth was gonna win at all, but...
Same. Because I picked Dolph from the get-go.
Well, see, they should have had Seth win. Because...
Well, he got his moment at SummerSlam.
There was no, he should have won. Because there was a certain superstar.
Oh, he's talking about Jericho now.
Chris Jericho pitched to Vince McMahon NJPW Intercontinental Champion versus WWE Intercontinental Champion at...
There's no way in hell it's
Jericho's
happening.
retarded.
I
He knows
said it
the
to
man
the
for
wrong
how
person,
long?
yeah.
Give me a break. You should have talked to Triple H.
Exactly.
But,
Alright, it's Vince McMahon.
Triple H, me and Seth at TakeOver. Intercontinental Champion versus Intercontinental
Joe's
Champion.
like, alright, yeah, sounds great.
Yeah, Triple H tried to find a way to make that work. Vince would just be like, alright, Jericho, seriously, what do you want?
Vince didn't respond or anything.
Exactly.
But yet he wants to give advice to Cody and all them. It's like, I know, I see you, Vince. Which Cody and all them have recently said that they're a family. And they're going to make a decision as a family what happens when all their contracts expire. There was one person left out of that. Marty Scurll. He mentioned the Bucks, Omega, and Hangman Page.
Well, they don't give a shit about Marty.
I think Marty's contract is longer than theirs. Because I think the only person that runs past this year is Kenny's, which is the end of January.
It's true. From the explanations of Raw, just because it seems like there's a lot of stuff that would have rather annoyed me. But the Shield reunion was alright. I'm just going to give it a B. Flat in the middle. Because the B team annoys me.
But they lost.
Does the B team annoy you?
But they
Or is it
lost.
their new theme song that annoys you?
The new theme song really annoys me, but they lost and like, yeah, well, we're still undefeated. But I'm like, but what are you doing? What are y'all doing? I don't know what they're doing.
Who does?
The Stephanie McMahon thing, it's nice to see it get put in an armbar, but
It's a bigger picture.
It's a patronizing segment.
It really was, because she was just trying to make it seem like Ron... Basically what Alexa Bliss has been doing the entire time through that segment was what Stephanie did, but around the entirety of the
But you
WWE
could tell none of them
division.
wanted to do it.
No.
Even after they got in the ring, they didn't want to do it.
Well, how do you think they feel? It's like this chick comes in here in a tag team match and then gets a title opportunity, and then gets another title opportunity. Why are we here?
Well, she got screwed out of her first title opportunity.
She should never have gotten it. She beat Stephanie McMahon.
But she has shut up a lot of the haters.
I understand that.
I get it. She's good, but
did she deserve a title shot right away?
No. I think Mania would have been perfect for her.
It would have been. That would have been perfect. But personally, it should be Ember.
Yeah, probably.
Ember.
They're gonna do her dirty for as long as this is gonna last.
Yeah.
Until eventually Ember goes over to SmackDown.
Eventually.
Which, speaking of SmackDown, now we're gonna get there. And we open with The Miz in the ring with Maurice. And The Miz is... There's something wrong with The Miz. The Miz doesn't seem too happy.
I know where this goes.
It was good. It was a good segment.
The Miz starts up by saying that something happened on Sunday. And he regrets to say, with the utmost sadness, quote unfucking quote from Daniel Bryan's retirement speech, that I have to retire. Pauses. From ever facing Daniel Bryan again. He proceeds to run down Daniel Bryan. DB comes out and just says, coward.
And Miz is like, well, coward.
Coward. Keeps saying coward.
I feel like Miz is the best heel in WWE.
Ciampa.
I don't know. I feel like Miz might have him slightly.
I have Miz at third right now because of the stories. I have Ciampa, Joe, Miz.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Very fair.
But, you know, he says coward, and the Miz say it doesn't matter because in the record books, it's not going to say, I beat you with brass knuck. It's going to say, The Miz beat Daniel Bryan, proceeds to run him down, and says, you should change your last name to Bella. And then, Brie comes out and punches Miz in the face. She punches Miz in the face. DB gets in the ring, gets Miz over the ropes, and Daniel Bryan says, you should have let me finish at Hell in a Cell. We are in a match. But it's not just going to be you versus me. It's going to be you and Maurice versus me and Brie. We have our first match for Hell in a Cell, guys.
Who's watching Birdie?
John. Or Nikki.
Probably Nikki.
Backstage. So, guys,
Birdie's watching.
We have one Bella getting her warm-up match for Evolution.
You think Brie's going to be at Evolution?
She needs to.
Heavily believe it's going to be Brie versus Maurice at Evolution.
I hope so.
Because, I will say this right now, and it will stay the same all the way through, Maurice is pinning Brie Bella.
Okay.
Maurice is pinning Brie Bella due to shenanigans, and they're going to have a match at Evolution where Brie goes over. Because
you heard it here.
Oh.
That is my entire prediction.
You heard it here
all
first.
Of it.
You heard it here first. Okay.
What?
Imagine if they announce somebody who signs and they debut at Evolution.
And who are you thinking?
Velvet Sky.
I feel like... I just feel like that ship for her is gone. I just feel like it's not going to happen.
I wish.
There's been so many talks, and I just feel like now it's just now. But so then, we went into our first match of the night, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, which didn't last long. Because Randy did the ear thing again. And Jeff got really pissed and stomped him in the dick. Jeff proceeded to then whoop that ass and worked as safe as possible for somebody who has a hurt back. No, just kidding. He jumped and swantoned Randy through a table.
Yep. What is wrong with this man?
He's awesome.
In the words of Adam Pacitti, Jeff, we already love you. Stop doing this to yourself.
He was supposed to take time off after he lost that damn title.
But he didn't. And it's announced that next we have Peyton Royce versus, who I forgot was on SmackDown, Naomi. We come back from...
Forget about Naomi and that booty.
I forgot she was on SmackDown.
Usos.
I haven't seen her in how long?
Yeah, it has been since the Uso segment with the Bludgeon. When she tried to save him?
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot she was there. We then, when we come back from commercial, have the Bar backstage saying that they were going... she asked if they were going to audition for the kickoff panel. Cesaro's like, no, we're challenging whoever wins the tag title match tonight. Anderson and Gallows show up, and they do their audition for the kickoff panel. Where Gallows puts on these glasses. No, Anderson puts on the glasses. Sorry.
So let me get this straight.
You let me finish reviewing the segment. Anderson puts on these glasses and talks about...
I am done predicting title changes at the pre-show. Just saying.
And talks about the tag team match towards the end, which Gallows does this funny British accent, and Anderson shows off his abs. So, and then they say that they're going to challenge the winners of the tag match. So next week it will be The Bar versus the Good Brothers, and the winner will be the number one contender.
I hope it ends in shenanigans and there's no decisive winner and they have a triple threat match.
Triple threat Hell in a Cell.
So,
Jesus.
Speaking of the Good Brothers, your former love, Nia Jax, was apparently
with Luke Gallows.
dating Luke Gallows for a day.
Oh, really?
Publicly for a day. Because he posted a Twitter status saying, "Oh yes, I would like to announce that Nia Jax and myself are dating." Next day, I regret to inform all of you that Nia and Jax and myself have decided to go separate ways, and we would like to have you guys respect us at this time and our privacy. The very next day, 24-hour relationship.
That's a lot of butt to get through.
Because apparently Ollie from
Wrestle
Talk loves Nia Jax.
Nia Jax retweeted him singing her entrance music. So there was this huge thing that he kept running with. And then he was like, "I'm not hurt, Nia. I'm over you." When Enzo started doing the storyline, he's like, "How could you?"
You son of a bitch.
It was so funny.
You son of a bitch.
So Naomi makes her entrance. The Iconics make their entrance, and they start running down Naomi. Billie Kay, of course, starts by saying, "Let's play a game." And I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said, "What is irrelevant, forgettable, and glows way too much?"
Dave Meltzer.
Yes, but no.
6 stars, Dave.
So Peyton goes, "Brooklyn?" And Billie goes, "No, that's a dumpster fire." And then she's like, "What comes to mind?" And she's pointing to her ring and goes, "Oh, Naomi."
But where's the lie?
So they fight, and they have an okay match. Billie goes to distract Naomi. Naomi throws Billie right into the ring post. Peyton throws Naomi right into the ring post, back into the ring, hits the fisherman suplex. 1, 2, 3. I think for the first time ever, Peyton Royce has a singles victory on SmackDown.
No, she's won.
Singles.
She's won singles.
Against Naomi. That's good.
Because it was when she first came up.
Yeah, they had a tag team match.
Yeah, no, but they alternated singles matches, and Peyton won hers. Billie Kay lost hers.
Yeah, Peyton pinned Becky.
Yeah, remember?
I just remember pinning Becky in the tag match.
I don't know. I know Peyton pinned Becky, though.
I only remember the tag match because Becky went on a streak right after that.
Mm-hmm.
That is when Becky won every single match.
Until SummerSlam.
Until SummerSlam. Then she got pinned. But we'll get there, don't worry.
The end is nigh, the end is nigh, nigh.
We get a backstage segment with Big E putting over his rib injury, and Kofi and Xavier getting ready to face the Bludgeon Brothers to become the 5-time tag team champions. They also noted that Brooklyn is where Francesca was born. Rip Francesca.
Which Francesca?
The first Francesca, obviously. So then, Becky makes her way to the ring. Becky is one of the best promos in WWE. Possibly the best female promo in WWE, hands down. And she talked about her frustrations of losing to Charlotte, how she accepted the fact that Charlotte worked her way into the match, but she couldn't accept the fact that Charlotte pinned her when she had Carmella beat. That moment is when she knew she was going to rip her head off. And then she turns it around and starts saying, like, you guys really weren't with me, were you? There was no hashtag give Becky a chance. There was no anything like that. I'll get to how stupid that is later. But after saying the fans really aren't behind her, Charlotte comes out, they brawl. The entire women's locker room comes out to break them up. They brawl for a little while longer, but they get broken up, and we go to commercial. When we come back, we do have Lana and Rusev versus Zelina and Andrade, but Lana and Zelina remake their entrances with Rusev and Andrade when they were already out there breaking up the brawl 10 seconds ago. That kind of annoyed me. The thing with Becky is if you're going to book her to be a heel,
Do it right.
book her to be a heel that's only angry because of Charlotte. The fans clearly fucking love Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
They're cheering for her. Don't book it like we're stupid and we don't understand that fans cheering for Becky Lynch. Because they are.
See, I think that what they're trying to do is to get them to cheer for Charlotte and not Becky. But they're going to cheer for Becky regardless because everyone knows Becky has deserved this for how long now? Almost 2 years after getting screwed?
It's a stupid way to book Becky as a heel. But that's what they're going to do. So we got our next match, which was... mixed tag match. Again.
I loved it.
I
loved it.
I see. This could have went one of two ways. I'm okay with either of it going that way. Either Aiden screwing Rusev or Aiden helping Rusev. And they finally helped Rusev win.
Yeah, Aiden finally helped Rusev win. But my thing is, like, the match itself. It's alright.
It's a mixed tag
But
match.
it's a mixed tag match that we just saw 2 days ago.
Yeah, they do this all the time.
But I kind of want to see what happens next week. Because they are going to have to bring this up now that Aiden helped him. He's going to be like, yeah, I told you.
Well, they already hugged it out.
Oh, they did?
WWE.com.
Mother flowers.
So, the match ends when Andrade goes to get a chair. Aiden gets the chair away from Andrade. Rusev gets the other hand, puts Andrade in the accolade, and Andrade taps out.
And I'm okay with this because Andrade still hasn't been pinned.
He's only tapped out.
Yep.
Twice.
Yep.
Well, last time he tapped out, you said he was buried.
Well, yes, because he technically did get buried, but I'm glad they still haven't had him pinned.
Yeah, he got buried with the calf crusher, man. That was it. When was the last time someone tapped out to that?
Never.
He's beating people with calf crushers.
I've not
In
seen
WWE?
anyone tap out.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone tap out to the calf crusher.
There's been 3, including Andrade. Cannot remember who, but there's been 3.
I haven't seen it. I do not remember anyone tapping out to the calf crusher. They always
Tapping
get
out
to
to
the rope.
Rusev, that's his finisher. AJ Styles, that's just an extra move in AJ Styles' like whole thing.
A man who apparently also has 3 finishers. But the game recognizes it as a signature.
Yeah.
The game does that part right.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Shinsuke did another one of the cell phone promos. We are now officially in the United States of Knock America.
Knock America. God rest
That's-
Knock America.
That's something. And we got to hear from AJ next. Also, there was a lot of... This episode is brought to you by Domino's.
Yeah, because Elias is actually on a Domino's commercial.
Of course.
So apparently WWE somehow got a deal with Domino's.
You want to eat some cardboard?
Buy some Domino's. I know personally. I worked there for 4 years.
For floor years.
4 years.
So then we get the interview with AJ Styles that was promised. Renee goes to interview AJ. The fans chant AJ Styles. You end up hearing a "Who's Your Daddy" chant. AJ doesn't say anything. AJ starts to answer, and he said that, you know, his emotions got the best of him, as they saw. But when he got home, he talked to his wife. He hugged her. He hugged his daughter, and everything was fine. But if Samoa Joe ever mentions his wife again, he's gonna rip his heart out. And just when that happens, Joe grabs him, puts him to sleep, and possibly my favorite thing of the year, Joe grabs the microphone and goes, "Oh, Wendy!" And I was like, this is like a horror movie right now. He says, since we're all making promises, Daddy's gonna have to break one. He promised to tuck the kids in tonight, but he's already gone night-night. Whips the mic. And I'm already ready for this Hell in a Cell match.
It needs to be a Hell in a Cell.
It needs to be. If it's not...
I'll be majorly disappointed.
Ladder match at Hell in a Cell.
Extreme Rules match at Hell in a Cell.
Tables match at Hell in a Cell.
Ultimate submission match.
Elimination Chamber match at Hell in a Cell.
Well, that's a major cell. So, I'd be okay with that. But at Elimination Chamber, it's going to be Hell in a Cell instead.
So they then recapped that it's going to be Miz and Maurice versus DB and Brie Bella at Hell in a Cell. And then Paige is in her office talking to a referee, making sure that Charlotte and Becky were taken off the premises and AJ was getting medical attention. And then Carmella walked in. And Paige is just like, hey, you look different. What's going on with you? Did you dye your hair? I get it. You lost weight, about 10 pounds worth of gold. And Carmella's just like, haha, that's funny. What you put me in wasn't fair. I want my rematch. And then you just say, there you are! And R-Truth walks into the frame. He's like, you've been ducking and dodging me for weeks. I'm gonna pin you and get that title shot. And
Carmella's like, what the fuck?
And Paige is like, Truth, baby, listen. Just because Becky and Charlotte pinned Carmella for a title match, that's not how it works for you.
And Truth's like, you escaped this time, Carmella.
Yep. And then Truth leaves, so you think.
Yeah.
And it's announced that Carmella gets a rematch next week, and she starts moonwalking out, and then she's like, Truth, go away! And you hear Paige is like, Truth, put her down!
Love Truth.
And that was that.
Love Truth.
The New Day then made their entrance where Big E came out with them and then left,
Yeah.
selling the injury. And then the Bludgeon Brothers came out and we had ourselves a very, very interesting...
See, this is the kind of match I like.
Yes.
Entertaining.
Fast-paced, balls to the wall.
Yes, it was so good. And I didn't mind the ending because I love Bludgeon Brothers.
It was a good match. The ending came where Luke Harper grabbed the hammer. Eric Rowan grabbed the hammer and went to ram it to Kofi, who was on the barricade. And Woods pulled him aside, and Harper went through the barricade
like
himself.
Literally, in 2K19, Kofi's resiliency needs to be level 3. The guy went through a ladder, kicks out.
They gave Dolph Ziggler level 1 resiliency.
No, they didn't give Ziggler any. We had to give him some.
We didn't give him level 1.
No, we didn't. They didn't give it to him.
Oh my goodness.
Ridiculous. But, so that happens. That takes Harper out of the match.
Rowan.
That takes Rowan out of the match. Harper's the only relevant one.
As I've said multiple times.
I hope they give Rowan a singles run, though. I hope they don't do like...
I hate bullies.
Do what they did with putting him off TV until his partner returns, and then they bring him back.
You hope they give Harper a singles run?
That's what I said.
You said Rowan.
See, your fucking up has me fucked up.
Anyway, if I can finish. So that takes Rowan out of the match. Harper then gets back in the ring. And he gets set up on a table. Xavier hits the elbow from the ropes. Kofi covers him with him. 1, 2, 3. The New Day are your five-time WWE World Tag Team Champions. And Smackdown goes off the air. What?
They're going... Yeah, I can't deal with this because they're going to be doing this for so long until a certain stable comes up from NXT.
Undisputed Era.
To take those titles away from New Day.
I feel like Undisputed's going to Raw.
I think they're going to go right to SmackDown.
I would hope.
They're going to Raw.
But
I would hope they go to SmackDown because Adam Cole against
AJ?
those types of guys. AJ, Daniel, Miz. Are you kidding me?
I want them to go to SmackDown, but I think they're going to Raw.
I do too.
Unless New Day, like it's the night after, like the same situation after WrestleMania, New Day gets drafted over to Raw. I see Undisputed Era New Day.
It'd be great. And they're going to leave Roderick Strong behind.
You think so?
Roddy's getting kicked out the moment Fish is back.
I don't know. Maybe they might run a 5-man stable.
And you know exactly what I was going to go with. And you know who the 5th man's going to be?
And I was going to say, who the fuck's the 5th man?
Reports. Early-ass reports. Kevin Owens.
Are you reporting this?
No.
The fuck?
Not at all. That's like the earliest reports ever of them teasing a 5-man stable when Undisputed Era gets called up, with Kevin Owens most likely like guiding them.
See, that would be perfect for Roddy to come up and then kick Roddy out.
Yeah, I could see that too. But Roderick Strong had his whole career revived because of this.
He did, so that's why I don't think they'll kick him out. I could see what Fish and O'Reilly, tag team champs, Roddy, mid-card, Adam Cole, Universal.
World champion. They're literally running it.
They run the show.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that since Evolution.
Exactly.
And this is why we need them. They will revitalize Monday Night Raw.
They would.
They would.
Or SmackDown.
Wherever they go, it's going to get a significant jump, but I feel like it's going to be Raw, and that sucks.
And that Survivor Series would be Undisputed Era versus WWE.
See, this is what I see happening. If, by chance, Bullet Club signs with WWE, they're going to Raw.
That's if Japan gives them rights for the Bullet Club name, because they still do this Balor Club shit.
They'll figure something out. Vince will pay them billions of dollars to get the Bullet Club name.
Triple H would pay them billions of dollars. Vince would be like, yeah, we'll just call them...
Triple H can't afford that.
We'll call them the Fabulous Freebirds 2.0.
He can't afford that.
He'll call them the Mullet Club, and he'll make them all get mullets.
Yeah, there you go.
But
That's perfect, Vince.
If they sign, they're going to Raw with Undisputed going to SmackDown. You'll have both factions running the show, and then at Survivor Series, they all clash.
I hope so, but it's a long stretch.
Which would be
very long stretch.
With this being a meeting between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. Where the last time they met, Adam Cole was being kicked out of the Bullet Club.
They just do like a 4-man, like winner takes all between Adam Cole, Kenny, Finn, AJ.
Winner gets the entirety of the club, including Gallows and Anderson.
Elimination style.
Unless they put them all on the same show and actually do the Balor Club.
I don't know if they can do that.
No.
They had so much opportunity to do this.
But think about it. They have all members now.
I get that.
With Finn being the original leader.
I mean, hey, if at some point they can somehow sign them, because I highly doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. Anything could happen then.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt that's going to happen. Highly. Like, 99% doubt.
It's possible.
Because this is Vince McMahon. He wants his own ideas.
That's the thing. If he grants Cody, like he does with Jericho and Cena, how they can do, like, what they want. They can do their own segments and all that. Not have to go through the writing and shit.
He's not going to grant Cody that.
He might grant Cody that. Because he's seen what happened from where Cody was nobody to what Cody is now. And he's kicking himself in the ass for it.
But look at the people you've named that he lets do that. Like, Cena, Jericho. I'm pretty sure he gives Matt enough creative to do what Matt wants. Those are people who have been with Vince long. Thanks, Kat. Those are people that have been with Vince and been close enough with Vince that he's like, yeah, sure, go do whatever. He doesn't have that relationship with Cody. I don't see him just being like, yeah, Cody, do whatever.
He wants the Bullet Club. He wants Omega. He wants the Bucks.
Yeah, but he wants to control it.
They won't go if he's controlling it.
And that's why I have 99% doubt.
How much he wants them, he would let them have full creative.
How stubborn is Vince?
Vince never let anyone have full creative.
No.
If you were talking about getting full creative, he'd send your ass to WCW. Facts.
Think there's also rumors that if they sign with TNA, New Japan, Ring of Honor merging.
Great. Wrestling has never been better when WWE actually has competition.
Yeah.
That's New Japan's trying to get a broadcast deal, and so is Ring of Honor now.
Good. They should.
If they do, WWE's plummeting.
I don't think so.
I know so.
No one has Vince's head. You can call Vince an idiot as much as you want. He always outlasts everyone.
I guarantee you, this time around won't be the case.
And now that his protege Triple H is taking over, are you kidding me?
If Triple H takes over completely, yes, they are safe. Because Triple H will actually work with them.
I don't think so. Triple H would bury them.
If
Triple H sees a threat, he'll bury you.
Why do you think Triple H is doing this whole UK thing? They can wrestle other companies.
Okay, I get that.
He tried pulling the UK thing as soon as World of Sport was like, yeah, we're going to be doing something. And they were like, what? Oh, we're doing a UK thing. All the wrestlers come here. It was a shot at World of Sport.
Yes, but they're still wrestling for other companies.
Yeah, because NXT UK and all that, they can't sign them like full-time only here to work an hour taping with a not-so-heavy schedule.
Yeah, like, that's why I feel like it's more plausible for Triple H to make that work.
I don't know. That's like a long time from now because you need like to get the popularity WWE has. Like it's crazy how popular WWE is now.
Yeah,
compared to what it was then.
Think of where New Japan and Ring of Honor
Oh yeah,
were
I understand that too.
2 years ago.
I understand that,
Yeah, but you got to think it's only the hardcores.
WWE is literally like the pedestal of where you need to. When you become a wrestler, everyone's thought is being WWE. Even Kenny. Kenny knows that he wants to end it at the Hall of Fame of WWE. Like that, like everyone.
Yeah, that's where everyone wants to end up. But
because that's what WWE is.
But what prevents people from coming?
I know. They see guys like the new. Well, now the New Day is different, but they see guys like.
What do you mean? How is New Day any different?
New Day was getting jobbed out like crazy. New Day had nothing
when they
to
started,
do.
Yeah.
They saw 3 stars getting shitted on.
Yeah, but how is New Day any different from now? From the reason that Kenny didn't sign. Because New Day was the top faction.
Right, but now they're legitimate the top faction with the belts.
They are, but there's a reason still. They all deserve to be singles competitors.
Oh, I get that too. They would all shine. Maybe not so much Kofi because he's...
Yeah, because
he's already done that and he's already at that age where he's like...
Yeah, but all like Big E and Xavier, they need to be singles competitors. They deserve that opportunity.
Xavier literally has everything you need to be a top guy in this wrestling world because look, built, the charisma, he has it all.
Just not the height, jacked stature. He's just jacked.
He's jacked as shit.
He's fucking.
Yeah.
And he has a fan base on you. Like he could be like a top face of the company if they really wanted him to be.
But his problem, he got himself over.
Right. Vince don't like that. You get yourself over, you get out. Or you get dropped.
But he can't drop him.
Yeah, can't drop him.
He's past that over point. But no, I don't see that kind of working together. Even if it's trips, I don't see it.
If it's trips, I can see it happening. I definitely can.
And I still like you were saying, call Vince whatever you want. He can change the script. I feel like if there's competition, he'll be like, all right, time to work.
If there's competition...
He's a lot like Bill Belichick, Vince McMahon. When he sees a wrestler that has the full potential, but knows that his time is coming, he'll just let you go. He don't give a shit. When it used to be WCW versus WWE, he didn't care that these guys were jumping ship. Think about WCW getting all these guys. Oh, we're celebrating Hulk Hogan coming here, Macho Man, Bret Hart, Lex
Kevin
Luger.
Nash.
What happened to all of them?
Yeah, but...
These are all top names
They were
already
has-beens.
past their prime.
Yeah,
exactly.
they were has-beens.
But the fans were like, oh, God, this is so great. And then they're like, ew.
But when you're losing people in their prime because of the way that you're running your company, that's a big issue.
He never lost anyone, though. Who did he lose?
Cody.
Oh, okay. Cody. Okay, that's fine. But I'm talking about back then. He didn't lose anyone.
No, back then. I'm talking about now. Like,
Oh.
because of the way he's running his company, he's losing people in their prime because of the way he's running it. And Vince needs to realize the best thing to do to save this company is go back to TV 14. Fuck the kids. It's not just about the kids. Just because your wife was trying to run for office of some sort
Yeah, but this is a whole new world now, Eric.
Yeah.
Like, if you forget the kids, that's like a bunch of revenue you're forgetting. That's what he cares about is
The
the
revenue.
ability to for a wrestler to sell, and the people who are buying are kids.
If they go back to TV-14, I don't think that's the problem. It's the booking. That's really what it comes down to. You can still book a good card under PG. He's just not doing it. He's booking everything too silly, too stupid, too nonsensical.
Yeah, because it's PG. You have to freaking PG it up. I guarantee you, if there was TV-14, it would make the show a lot better and a lot more bearable to watch half the time.
I mean, yeah, there'd be more weapons, there'd be more blood, but that's...
And people want to see that. True wrestling fans want to see that.
True wrestling fans want to see blood and weapons?
Yes!
That sounds like extremist fans. That sounds like ECW fans.
You don't like seeing blood in matches. You don't like seeing weapons brought out in matches.
Depends on the spot. If you don't bring out a weapon, it's not gonna dissuade me. If it's a good match, it's a good match.
If it's a match like Brock versus Randy, and I'm literally concerned for Randy's like life, I don't want that.
Yeah, but there were no weapons. That was just bare fists and elbows.
Yeah, you want that though?
No, I'm talking about like these actual matches that are supposed to be Extreme Rules matches that are just so mellowed out and shit.
Well, long gone are the days of headshots and all this shit.
I understand headshots. Like, I'm talking about actual carnage, though. You don't see the actual carnage like we used to. Even after they did the headshots away, there was still a lot more carnage than there is now. You have an Extreme Rules match, you see a couple chairs, maybe a table or two. That's it. Like, what the fuck is that?
If it's an Extreme Rules match, alright, yeah, sure, whatever. Go for what you need to go for.
Yeah, but they don't. That's the problem.
Well,
Dean Ambrose is a perfect example of... Have you seen any of his matches from when he was in the Indies?
John Moxley.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. He's a lunatic for a reason.
I don't know. I think there's a place for everything like that. I think the extreme is still there when it comes to NXT. WWE,
Yeah, NXT, yes.
WWE, you're never gonna find that.
No, you're not. Why? Because of Vince McMahon. Because they went PG.
Well, I mean, NXT is kind of PG too, but Triple H knows the line.
Yeah,
to
he knows.
set.
He knows because it was him.
Mm-hmm.
He's done that. Vince
Right.
was never really a superstar. He doesn't understand from that aspect.
So it can still be booked like NXT's booked.
It
still
never
be the
will
line
under
of
Vince.
PG.
It never will under Vince.
Yeah.
But this is the PG argument, not the Vince being stupid argument.
But because it's PG, Vince is stupid. That's why. Because if it's run by Vince, you can't have PG and be great. If it's under Triple H, it can be PG and great.
I just think he needs the competition.
Like, honestly, it's kind of true though. When Paul Heyman took over for writing, like, fuck these other guys writing promos for Roman. Let me write one out for him. How TV-14 did Roman Reigns sound? How legitimate did Roman sound? Versus Vince McMahon be like, say suffering succotash to Big Show.
I still can't believe he said that.
Like, swearing. He was swearing in his promos.
Like, when Paul Heyman took control of Roman Reigns and what he was able to say, it was literally good watching ability for promos and stuff like that. That's what you get from NXT, too, is, like you said, Triple H has been there, so he knows exactly what sells to that type of a crowd, which is their main fans. Vince still thinks that this is 5-10 years ago when kids are holding up Cena signs and shit like that. There are kids in the crowd, but at this very point, it's going kind of backwards to where the Attitude Era was. You're seeing a lot more
Adults.
young adults, teenagers taking over these shows now. Not like fuck you Ciampa or fuck you Roman. I mean,
And you want to know why? New Japan.
probably.
New Japan and Ring of Honor, the Bucks and all them have brought in a big crowd. They brought wrestling fans back, where WWE has did away with a lot of wrestling fans.
Yeah, a lot of times you talk to people, they're all like, "Oh yeah, it's Stone Cold and The Rock. I remember wrestling." I'm like, "Really? You remember that from 20 years ago?"
Aren't you like 7? I love that shit. Shut up, kid.
But 205.
2.
I didn't watch.
You watched.
I don't even remember. The ending was really good. It was a tag team for Lucha House Party versus
Oh my god.
Oh God! Once again.
Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese.
Oh, again.
Buddy Murphy lost. He took the pin. Drew Gulak did a really good promo on how he lost because he wasn't at his game. I guess they're still rolling with this. Akira Tozawa took on
Leo Rush for the third time.
this jobber. I don't know who the hell he was, but he's like a known 205 Live jobber. That didn't go anywhere.
Was it what's his name? Colin Delaney?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah!
But that didn't go anywhere because I think Drew Gulak was the one that came in and interrupted the whole thing. That was the end of it.
NXT!
NXT had Bianca Belair versus...
Deonna Purrazzo.
There you go. And Bianca Belair won with a face buster.
Poor
Yeah.
Deonna.
Slam.
That pissed me off that they had Bianca beat her.
It was a good match.
I know, but they do her dirty.
I know. But Belair scramble, slams her into the turnbuckle, face buster. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Bianca won in 6 minutes. A lot of segments in the back.
The fallout from TakeOver.
Yeah, Dream talks about how he places the crown on Kathy Kelly's head. Says you can find out more about what I have to say on Wednesday, which I already read because I accidentally clicked on the wrong one, and they're doing live shows right now for... So I know Velveteen's next rivalry, which is kind of weird.
Ooh, we can talk about that later.
But EC3 pretty much saying that he discusses the clash of personalities between him and Dream. Says Dream was the better man that night. He talks about being here for the victory after victory after victory, even though he had some losses. It's not over until he wins. He asked about what he saw in the attack on Alistair. He says that I feel like a detective, but it's funny that no one noticed the 6'5", 300-pound guy with a broken jaw right there at the scene of the crime. So you know what EC3 is going on next.
Lars Sullivan.
If they say it was Lars, I'm gonna be upset.
It was Lars.
I think it was EC3.
They didn't say it was Lars, but EC3 is blaming him, which is causing Lars to get pissed off.
If it is actually Lars, I'll be upset.
I'm hoping they say it's EC3.
I'm hoping it's Matt Riddle.
I hope not.
And
Matt's not a heel.
Yeah, whatever though. You can still say bro and be
Bro.
Listen to me, bro. Zach
Ryder and Matt Riddle.
Team.
The
Bros.
broskies.
Yeah, that'll deteriorate real fast.
After that was Shayna, and after her match, she was interviewed alongside her Horsewoman sisters. She says Kyrie didn't beat her. Baszler lost. That's it. I'm the better fighter. They're gonna continue on with this from what it looks like.
And then she's gonna lose her rematch and go to the main roster.
Yeah, in time for Evolution. Hopefully, I think.
Well,
either way,
she needs to get a rematch before Survivor Series.
Right. A promo for NXT UK is shown.
Unless they have that match at Evolution.
That's
they
where
officially announced episodes for NXT UK with coming soon.
Yep, coming soon.
Matt Riddle has been reported to officially sign as an NXT superstar both ways.
3-year deal.
Pete Dunne versus Zach Gibson. I also missed the segment with Undisputed Era pretty much talking about to Ricochet. Pete Dunne was walking in, he's like, do we have a problem here, lads? And they're like, no. And they ran away.
I got a hard on.
And Ricochet was like, I think Ricochet said something to Pete, and Pete was like, we're not friends or anything.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
But he was like, but you do have something I want. And looked at the North American title, and I was like, everywhere. That was me splooging if you guys didn't pick that up.
Why are you so gross?
Pete Dunne had a match with Zach Gibson, and when Pete Dunne's music hit, the same crowd, obviously, because it's their pre-show. Bruiser awake.
Meow, meow, meow.
There was a point where I actually watched this whole match. There was a point where Dunne had his mouthpiece.
Yeah, his mouthpiece came out.
Zach Gibson and Dunne's mouth were both bleeding. Dunne's mouthpiece is knocked out of his mouth. Gibson lets loose with a nasty left lariat. He picks up Dunne's mouthpiece, stares at it, inspects it from all angles, and prepares to throw it. Dunne stops him by holding onto his fingers, snaps them. Bitter end 1, 2, 3. Dunne retains the UK Championship in 13 minutes. That was pretty much it. It was just what we expected after a pay-per-view, pre-show.
In a very good back and forth main event.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, Zach Gibson, I mean, I don't know who the hell you are.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed he won the UK tournament.
Me too. I thought it was going to be the asshole from last year's, who made it out to be an asshole. I forget his name though.
Pete Dunne?
No. He was like he started off as face and then he turned heel during one of his matches last year.
Can't remember.
I can't remember. If I saw his face, I'd remember.
The only name I can really think of is James Drake. Because Mark Andrews is in 205. He's not a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate.
Mark Andrews is no longer at 205.
Yeah. Where is Mark?
NXT UK.
NXT UK. Oh, officially. Yeah. Everyone's getting moved.
Yeah. So Mark
Because
Andrews
Dakota
is pretty
Kai is
much-
officially listed as UK. Rhea Ripley is officially listed as UK.
Dakota Kai is officially going to UK. Rhea Ripley.
Which doesn't make sense. That
I don't like this UK thing only because it's just like a way of saying you have guys on your WWE brand. These guys are never going to go to WWE. These are just people who are going to wrestle in UK. Like Pete Dunne's doing it the right way.
See,
they're doing him the right way where it's like, all right, we're going to tease him fighting with Ricochet for that belt.
See,
you know what I mean?
I feel like they did this because of the rumors of NXT going live, like live television.
Yeah.
With the TV.
Yeah, I could see that too.
Because what's their number one?
Yeah, so that way
View.
they have something on network for people to watch, which would be the UK show.
Yeah, it gives them more incentive to.
And that way people will never get called up.
Correct. And with Pete Dunne is just the staple guy for UK to get crowd in to watch. Once he loses that belt, he's main roster bound.
Yeah. I think he's going to Raw.
Sadly.
See, I would like him to go to SmackDown.
I want him to go to Raw.
He'd be lost at Raw.
I don't think so.
He'd totally be lost.
Just like Bobby Roode. Who? Exactly.
TNA, he needs to go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
He needs to go
what
back.
did he do at SmackDown?
No, see, I was telling him, I want to see a triple threat match or a fatal four-way with Bobby Roode, AJ, Samoa Joe, Eric Young, or, yeah.
Eric Young.
Mm-hmm. I want the four of them in a fatal four-way for the WWE title. But they fucked it up by moving Bobby Roode to Raw to feud with Mojo Rawley.
And they didn't fuck up Eric Young on SmackDown?
Yeah.
It's not just him either. It's like, oh, No Way Jose seems like he's ready.
I forgot he was on the roster.
Who?
He's gone.
Who?
No way, what?
That's what happens.
It's pretty sad when
they put Cheeseburger Eddie in a freaking segment with him, and
it's funny when a guy who lost 219 straight times gets a segment on Raw versus your glorious one.
I cannot wait for him to win.
Yeah, he's gonna win against Bobby Roode.
I hope not. I hope it's someone big, just not Bobby Roode.
They put him in a match with Vince. Vince
wins.
They put him in a match with Alexa. That's Alexa's punishment. Alexa loses to Kurt Hawkins.
Oh God.
James Ellsworth.
Not amused.
They would do it.
He's a champion of something. I saw.
Yeah, whatever freaking company he's working for.
Isn't it like an intergender championship? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Only
that.
because I saw a guy watch on YouTube. His name is 8-Bit Eric, who was like 5'4", and he was wrestling him and he lost.
Speaking of intergender, Candice LeRae can take a boot from Adam Cole.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fought.
Yeah, Candice LeRae's fought Adam. She's fought Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
She's fought a few guys.
Really?
Yeah. She took a beating in that match with Adam.
Well, as this podcast is running way too long.
Yeah.
Any final words from anybody?
No. Do you have anything else? Oh, was that what you said in the beginning? What you were gonna say for the end?
Oh, the special announcement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're ending the show.
Oh, you want me to add it into this video?
Well, you said you were gonna.
I can add it to the end of this video if you want.
What?
I didn't know if we would do another video. That's fine.
No, this is all we have this week.
Okay.
There's no special weekend shows
For
that we know of.
yeah.
What do you mean that you know of?
There's no special events that we know of.
Tomorrow,
Oh.
special Saturday show for WWE. Fuck.
No. Pretty much we've. No, just bear with me.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be a little long.
Oh boy.
We've done this podcast since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
It's been a good show. What are you doing? You're gonna sit? You're gonna hit me?
I might have to prepare.
Why are you gonna hit me?
Sit down.
There have been a lot of good times on this podcast. A lot of laughs. A lot of celebrations.
Celebrations.
A lot of celebrations.
Celebrations.
FABULOUS.
But times are changing. And comes with great sadness in my heart for me to announce this on this podcast, on this very day, that I, Nelson, aka Mr. Arcadia, you look very worried. Are you okay?
I'm just waiting for the Miz swerve here.
There's no swerve.
I'm waiting for it too, but I don't know if it's coming or not.
I am officially retiring. Is that it?
Retiring.
Retiring. I'm officially retiring.
From what?
You know exactly from what. I've announced this just now.
What are you retiring
Do
from?
you guys want to talk about it?
What are you retiring from?
I already told you. This podcast has been great, but I have to announce my retirement.
You're retiring from the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Say it.
I'm retiring from the podcast.
Don't you smile at me,
Why? Why can't I smile at you?
bastard. Why are you retiring?
Because of what happened at SummerSlam. I'm going to retire from a certain segment of this podcast, should something not happen the way I want it to happen, on September 16th. September 16th is Hell in a Cell, as you all may know.
Yes.
I have lost. I have tied. I have never won. So this is what's going to happen. I'm very confident, because I've done this twice already, and I've stabbed myself in the foot twice. I will not predict the way I've been predicting. I'm going to say what I said I was going to do. Should I lose predictions on September 16th,
I want to hear it.
for as long as you are a champion, I will never predict again.
Wow.
What will you refer to me as?
Hold on. I haven't finished. There is a king among us here. He is the one true king, unfortunately. No, not you.
I didn't think it was me. I know what you're talking about.
The one true king here, I am a man of my word, as much as I hate saying that, is Sinister. Relax. It's Eric. But I will attempt to slay the beast on September 16th. So help me.
You cannot slay me. I gave you an opportunity to join me.
And what the hell did that even mean? You still didn't give me a liable... You're like, oh, just join me. I'm like, what does that do for me?
I told you! As long as I'm champion, you are also champion.
How's that work?
Easily. We both come up with the punishment.
I've lost everything.
He just follows up with, I lost everything.
I'm your daddy now.
So that's... copyright is not over
You
here.
keep with that copyright. We haven't got it yet.
No, and one day it's gonna happen. You're gonna be like, damn, I wish Nelson said that.
This will be that episode.
What is he? Oh my god.
Maybe someone...
Maybe. But no, I'm going kind of... I'm going a little eccentric for Hell in a Cell myself, as I've already said. I am calling that Maurice pins Brie Bella as a bonus point.
And if she doesn't,
That I don't get the point. The fuck?
you get a negative.
Exactly. I know how this shit works. I want to do you guys one better. Predicting Brie versus Maurice gets booked for Evolution. If I'm right or wrong, 2 points. 2 point swing. If I'm right, extra 2. If I'm wrong, -2.
It could happen, so I agree with that happening.
I deny your request.
I deny your request.
It could definitely happen, so that's why.
Your mom's a hoe.
Only because you denied my request,
Which request was that?
which I'm happy you denied. But it was Bobby, Roman, and Brock in a triple threat.
No, he sided with you. I should have been like, so you both take negatives? I'd be champion. The right way by winning because he would have taken a negative, damn it.
That is true.
I said, hey, I could see it, but I could see it. That's why I was like, no.
No, but that was my announcement. My announcement is, on Hell in a Cell, if I can't win, regardless who wins, I cannot beat you.
If I retain one more time, like I told you, after Hell in a Cell, after I retain this title one more time, I will give you an opportunity at my title.
Right, because you'll be the longest reigning champion.
I'll be the longest reigning champion before Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I retain it again.
Uh-huh.
Just to prove a point.
Uh-huh. To prove what?
That he will never topple the king.
You've only tied him.
That's all he's right there. Right there. You remember that ladder match for the WWE title? Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, they both came down with it. They both came down at the same time, but yet Seth was the winner. Hi. That was his exact feeling. Fingertips away from victory.
You know what this is to me?
See, hold on.
This is Roman and Seth talking about who's going to take the title.
Hold on.
But there's a third party. And he said, what happens when I cash this in? And I'm putting all my chips on the table at Hell in a Cell. Even if me and you tie.
You put all your chips on the table at SummerSlam.
Even if me and you tie. No, this is legit. Even if me and you tie with every single prediction, we say the exact same name, I will change one on purpose.
And then you lose.
I will not lose.
See, this is for you. You keep claiming to be a king. I have a quote from Jermaine Cole for you. Jermaine Cole said, and this pertains so much to you.
Another peasant.
Who's Jermaine?
J. Cole.
Oh.
He said, there ain't gonna be no more kings. Be wary of any man that claims, because deep down he clings on to the need for power, but in reality he's a coward. Ultimately, he's scared to die.
Oh! Oh!
I'm not afraid of
Oh!
death. I fear
God!
nothing. And I will exempt anything you say up until then, and when I retain, you'll be spared.
In reality,
And I have a quote.
he's a coward.
And I have a quote for you.
I swear to Jesus!
Oh, this is another one of those onion things, isn't it? This is the part where you run away. No, this is one of those drop it and leave it alone things.
Leave the chair. You don't need the chair.
Moral of that story, I will be true donkey. No. Don't beat me! This would have never worked 50 years ago!
This podcast is over.
Donkey!
This is a special video coming out on Saturday. Stay tuned for that.
What?
Ah.
He's gonna attempt to super kick you.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to actually adopt his own move. I'd claim the super kick years
I'm
ago.
Seth Rollins, so...
No, but seriously, this is a there's a
Bro, you're Roman Reigns.
I'm not Roman.
You're Roman. That's right, you're Brock.
No.
The way you are with that title.
Frickin' Rollins!
You're Brock.
Seth frickin' Rollins.
Whatever, Brock.
yeah, but this is Seth Rollins hiding behind J&J security.
That's fine. That is fine.
Okay.
So when are you gonna blow your knee out?
Not
Hell in a
this time.
Cell, September 16th. Spoiler.
Spoiler!
New champion.
Sinister retains!
No, not gonna happen.
That's what you said about SummerSlam.
I promise.
That's what you said. You were gonna do it. Money in the Bank.
I promise you, you're losing it at September 16th.
I promise you.
I promise you.
I will still be the king.
But, is this video still rolling?
Yes.
But can you be the King Slayer?
Maybe.
Can you do it, Jamie?
There's who?
Who?
Jamie,
Who the fuck is
the
Jamie?
King Slayer.
Ah,
Can you do it, Jamie?
Who the fuck is that?
I'm not sure.
Game of Thrones reference.
Oh my god. So far up your own ass with this Game
But
of Thrones nonsense.
There's gonna be a special video on Saturday. It'll be made by moi. And I can't decide this, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. Because this is just the way I feel comfortable with doing this video. I'm officially releasing my personal top 10 current WWE superstars.
You're going first.
I will be going first for the WWE superstars that are active. This isn't my all-time favorite because that is just a bucket of fuck in my head.
A bucket of fuck.
We have to figure out the whole all-time.
Yes, but
We'll get
for
there.
current WWE superstars, I do have a top 10 and I'll be releasing it on Saturday.
Ooh.
Because all-time in my head is also current.
What?
All-time, I consider current superstars too.
Yeah, all time considering current. Yeah.
Him is past
Yeah,
superstars.
I figured
That's
all
his
time was
all-time.
just a group.
I know my all-time just happens to be past superstars.
Oh, they just happen to be all
Okay.
past.
Oh, okay. So your
Yeah.
current don't make the okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm making a top 10 on the roster. Current wrestlers right now, exclusively on WWE. That does include NXT and products by WWE.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Look out for that.
And then
Just to give you guys variety to watch.
we also need to figure out this punishment situation. Well, when you get to see Mr. Arcadia in a dress.
No one wants to see that.
They're gonna.
How about if I eat 3 habaneros?
No, you're in a
I will
dress,
do my-
and he is holding you.
I will do the review for Raw and SmackDown
Hey!
while eating 3 habaneros.
Hey, I like doing SmackDown.
This man is holding you in a dress.
Do you want to practice?
Not really.
Come on.
No.
We can do this.
No.
Meow, 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 meow.
How about this? Next week on Thursday, or whatever day we do this, will be the punishment video.
Yeah.
All right.
1 week time.
You gotta get. Oh wait, you should be all set with the tux and stuff.
I should be all set with the dress as well.
Or you go to Savers
Mrs.
or Torrid.
Mrs. Arcadia.
You're gonna have to grow some boobs for that.
Probably.
He's gonna stuff it with a bunch of toilet paper.
But just the whole roll. So it's gonna be like flatted boobs.
Dixie cups. Use Dixie cups.
Use pointed cones.
I swear to God. I'm not losing the Hell in a Cell. I promise.
Sir, I see how you've claimed to beat him, and I'm sorry.
Not
That's
only
my spot.
Not only will I not predict ever again, I'll even join forces with the devil himself.
Wow. Sir, victory at Hell in a Cell is my
Belongs
spot.
to me.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Because you're the little train that could. Yeah, that's what you are. You pick wrestlers who have no chance in winning, Mr. Johnny Gargano.
I had 10 points and you had 7!
Had you not... Hey, fuck off, okay? One wrestler accounted for 3 of my points.
That fucked him over. That definitely fucked him over.
And now you're on his side because he said he's gonna join you if you
I'm not going to join him. I'm winning.
You lose. You officially become my pawn.
Nope. I'll give you one better. If I lose, I'll officially become your bitch.
It's already a little too late for that.
Last time I checked, he was pulling the puppet strings on you in your relationship.
What relationship?
Exactly, how's that going?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing to discuss here.
When you cut the lines, it all ends. I told him this.
Yeah.
And what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Absolutely
Give
nothing.
me the belt and I'll tell you what happened.
Nothing happened. Yeah. This doesn't work like that anymore. You'll never get in this head ever again.
I've already gone into your head. I've gotten into both of your heads already.
Have you?
I have.
Have you?
Yes.
Who's in your head now? Who's in your head now?
What the fuck? Just because Roman beat me and I couldn't let it go.
Head now.
I got my comeuppance.
This is what I like. I like this fury. Bring this fury at Hell in a Cell, and then you stand a chance at actually getting a dub.
A dub.
I stand by J. Cole. Be wary of any man who claims to be a king.
Yeah?
How does it feel to let your one fan down? Huh? Huh?
Hey, Kid Limbo! Once again, hail to your king.
How does it feel to know that you let him down so much that he couldn't stay with you?
I let him down because I turned heel. Not my fault.
But then, I'm the biggest heel.
I don't like fake fans.
I don't know what the bigger letdown is. You potentially siding with him?
I am not going to.
You're losing.
One must beat the Batman.
You're giving him too much credit. That's disrespectful to Batman.
It's not disrespectful. Batman's a little bitch.
Except I'm not Batman. I'm your worst fucking nightmare.
No, you're not.
You're the Penguin.
I've heard that before, so fuck you. I'm not Penguin.
Bye, Chubbs.
I have to get ready for work.
Bye, Penguin.
Later, podcasters. Fuck you all. I'm staying champ.
Couldn't even properly slam the door. There you go.
Shut up!
You're really gonna join this, man? I can't believe you.
I have. I'm telling you, Zoe. I am predicting the way I should have predicted before. I wrote down my predictions. Do you know how many points I would have won had I stuck to the paper I wrote in front of my father when me and him were writing down our own predictions? I was like, I won't write this on paper. It's probably going to change the next day, though. I would have 12 points. That's a winner. You know how many points I ended up with by changing my prediction?
7.
7.
You're really
On a
gonna...
17 match card, I had 7.
You're really gonna join this, man?
I'm not joining him. I'm telling you. It's not gonna happen, though. I know there's a lot of non-believers because I never won. But just like streaks are meant to be broken, I've officially lost. That's a streak broken.
So even if I win, you're joining this man.
No. Because as I stated in this, if he retains, I can never predict. I join forces. If he retains, for as long as he retains. My hopes and dreams would be solely in your hands, as well as your viewers. That's a lot of pressure.
I live for pressure. I love pressure. I love it so much. I love having my back against the wall. That's why I'm into fighting games so much.
When was the last time you won that title?
Mania.
Christ!
It was Mania.
That was so long ago!
And then... The Miz.
Yeah, then The Miz.
I had it won that day. I didn't know this still hurt until I brought it up. But at Hell in a Cell, it's time for me to take that back. It is time. I am sick and tired of waiting to get this title. I have to take it now.
See, I play the part of I'm not the hero that everybody wants. I'm the hero that it needs. You understand? Because he's ruining everything.
Listen, I am the heart and soul of this podcast.
No, you're not.
This podcast does not run without me.
That is bullshit.
This does not run without me. Because if it wasn't for me, everything left and right would be donkey, 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 onions, layers, donkey. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. Donkey.
It is. I don't know why Shrek became the thing. I can't even remember why.
I state my case.
Are we still rolling?
Yes.
What's the time on it?
I don't even want to look. This has gone on far too long.
You know what's funny is that I watched SummerSlam video and it ended at 48 minutes. I was like, I'm like, why is there another 20 minutes of content? And I'm like, they just announced the last match, 48 minutes, but it says 101 on it. Sure
And
enough,
then all the shenanigans
it was
happened.
shenanigans.
Yeah.
A bunch of fuckery.
Well, The fuckery should end right now. Sinister is already gone. Mr. Arcadia here, who next week will be Miss Arcadia. And I will be holding him, her, it. Have a good night.
Bye.